What's up guys, welcome to the final rust repair video. So we have officially gotten in the back piece here, this piece as well, and the front piece over there. We couldn't weld all the way around there, so we ended up getting some JB Weld glue, which works fine. I mean, it's just for the front feet. It's not really structural at all, so it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna place it in there with the glue, press it down, and we'll seam seal everything, and rocker guard it after as well. Put some rust preventative on it. But yeah, so we're moving on to the exterior here. If I clean all this up, I need to pretty much sand the whole thing down again. It's not too bad. It's looking all right. And then once we get this bottom piece on, we'll have to do our rocker and rust preventative first, seal all this stuff in here, and then we'll weld on our piece that covers the entire thing. Hopefully we never have any more issues with this thing. At least not for a while anyway. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, start sanding the bottom and get it all cleaned up. You know it's about time for that intro. Let's hit it.
I need a beach house out on the island. I need a bankroll for my deposit. I need a closet, the type you walk in. I need $100,000 in my wallet.
Okay, so little problem. The jack wouldn't go any higher than this before. So I was trying to find O-rings that fit, but basically this was the old one, but it was leaking. So found out it was just super hard, crusty. These I was just trying out. Anyway, I had to change the O-rings in here, but I found out that I could actually fit 2 of these in here, inside where it was. I don't actually have the proper seal kit, but I got just a bunch of O-rings, like an O-ring kit from Princess Auto. Fred let me use it, so I was able to actually find these ones, which are the exact same size. So I replaced both of these, and now it looks like this is working, and I'm not leaking here at all, which is nice. So I've got to refill some hydraulic fluid in there, because I dumped a bunch out. I'm not trying to clean this up and stuff, but I'm going to clean this up real good. It's working now, and then I'm just going to top it off with some more hydraulic fluid, and then we'll be able to jack this up. So I just ran out to Canadian Tire, picked up some jack oil with stop leakage. There's a little like fill hole here, right at the bottom, you can see it there. Just had a little cap, little rubber stop here. Anyway, I'm just gonna fill this up with this in here, plug it back, and then I'm gonna crank it all the way up, crank it all the way down, and then kind of just like continue that process of bleeding it and filling it, and then it should be good to go right after that. But yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I get this ready to go. Okay, we're all good. This works perfectly now. Just got us all set up here. We have our metal clamped in on both sides. Pretty flush. Not really much of a gap there. There's a little bit of a gap here, but I don't know, as I go around, I'll probably weld, hammer. It like fits, I just gotta tilt it a bit. I don't know, we're gonna try and finagle this thing in. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it, see how it turns out. Little update here. I just finished the first side welded in. So this is in here. Very, very solid. That's me pushing down full force, not getting a budge there. So that is straight across, and then we are gonna connect this panel. It's gonna be right like this over. I'm gonna weld the seam along the bottom and weld the seam along the top. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that till later. I'm gonna do the other side first, and then I'll get to doing that after. But I just wanted to get both sides done first. On this side, I have my piece ready. I have sanded this down to some nice shiny metal. I'm gonna go ahead and sand the edges of this, or just scuff them up until it's all ready as well. But yeah, it looks pretty good under there. It's kind of hard to see it, but after I get this in, the reason why I'm waiting to do that is because I need to sand all this, and then I need to rust seal all this. I might even make a couple new pieces here, cut this off, and then just glue in new metal, because this isn't really, like, this is just real flimsy. I'm not even totally sure what the purpose of this is, to be honest. Probably just a little bit more support, I suppose. But yeah, and then I'm going to actually get in here, and I'm gonna try my best to get as far back as I can with the rust in there. It doesn't really look like there's a whole lot, but I do want to get in there, get anything out. Probably gonna stick my shop vac down there, the tube down there, and then probably just get like a really thin roller and brush and like put it on an extension to roll on the rust sealer as well over top of that, and then I should be ready to go and do this here. So I think I'm gonna call it a day here, but I've got this side welded in now too. Again, nice and strong. I gotta ground off those welds and kind of check them out to see how they actually are, because it's a little sloppy, but I want to see what it's like. Yeah, I'm making pretty good progress. I mean, once I do that and everything checks out with that, I can go ahead and weld on these pieces. Now we are coated here. I didn't coat all the way underneath here because I still got to cut this bottom piece a little bit more, but now we're just going to shave off this and in here get to bare metal, and then we are going to fit it up, see what we look like, and then I think we'll be good to go after that. It'll be good to start welding. All the rust is now sealed and everything here, so once we get this done, we'll work on the wheel wells next. I'm going to extend them out so that they connect and create like a fender liner almost with the wide body kit, but as of right now, this is where we're at. So I'm going to shave all this off, and then we'll get this welded in, and we'll see how it looks.
Hey, Mr. Nice Guy, I saw you fly by. Are things the same? Did you still need a lifeline? Someone to save you, to help you break through. Ease all the pain that you say doesn't faze you. I know you try it, I know you work it. I know you got a lot of problems on the surface. You think you love her, she don't deserve this. She's probably feeling the same, what a shame, cause you gotta fix your.
We got this side completely cleaned off all the way around, and then we got these pieces up here cleared off around the edge of where I'll be welding. So as you can see, it's pretty dark outside, and there's a little bit more I need to cut. I missed a spot, so I need to cut that, but I ran out of grinders, or blades I suppose. Anyway, I can't do anything today, but I got everything prepped, which means I will be back at this tomorrow, which, whatever, it's not really a big deal. Here's both of these, but yeah, anyway, I'll be back in the morning, and then we'll be on to welding. What's up, guys? And we are back. So we have this entire thing all good to go now. I cut off a little piece of metal, as you can see there, like a strip along the bottom, because I don't want too much overlap. I got it a little bit closer, and now we're all good to start welding. So I'm gonna start with the top seam, work my way around the door jamb, and then the bottom's a little gappy. So I'm going to work on probably once the top metal is all set, then I'll be able to work with the bottom metal a bit more and hammer it. But yeah, I'm gonna start with the top here. Hopefully it goes well, and then we'll get onto the bottom. Okay, so I just want to talk about my game plan a little bit here. I plan to tack all along here, and then I'll come back and go in between each tack is the idea. But I think I'm not putting enough on for the tacks to stick that well, so I'm gonna put a little bit more when I leave it on. After like 5 hours of work, it took forever. Both sides are welded in. This side's all good to go. That's me pulling. That ain't going nowhere, thankfully. Here we go. Little Mastercraft flux core welder. And then here we go, this side as well. So yeah, both sides welded in. It's kind of weird, or not weird, but by the end of this, I actually felt pretty good. I'm happy I started with the interior, because I did some sloppy work in there, but out here, I'm gonna grind this all down, make it look nice, but I'm much more confident about this. So the next step is I'm going to mount our wide body kit so that we can see just how far we need to get this wheel well. I am very, very excited to finally be done this. And then I'm just gonna coat everything in another video. But yeah, anyway, very excited. Now we are working on the wheel well here. We had to put our side skirt on and test fit our wide body kit because we wanted to poke out a little bit more, hangover. This is a sheet I cut. I'm just gonna do the whole entire wheel well from the bottom all the way up so you can see it here. I'm gonna cut it all the way out, all the way down and around. So it's gonna hopefully poke out. I think the body kit's only about this far out. So I'm gonna get it to come across, weld it along here, and I'll probably have to fold it down a bit, kind of angle it, work it a bit. First, I have to coat this, the inside piece first, but I figured I'd go ahead and do both sides, and I test fit that first side so that I can show you guys exactly my plan for the second side. This is currently how the second side looks. What we're gonna do, because this side is in better condition, I don't need to cut nearly as much out, and so I am going to probably keep a little bit more metal on here, but first I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna test fit the body kit on here, and then from there we'll see exactly what we need to do, what we're working with, and then we'll come back and cut this out. I got this on now, looking pretty sleek. See if I can close this to some degree. Yeah, so here's what we're looking like right now. Put it on here. So yeah, anyway, game plan is I'm going to cut this out. I am going to extend it, tack it on the other side of here, and then it's going to come and meet along here, and it's going to cover this whole thing. So this side's not as rusty as the other side is, but essentially that is the plan. But it's nice to see this kit back on. It's been a long time. The car is looking good. After I finish all of this, I'll start doing some body work, and then I'll probably send it off for paint. But yeah, I need to get this done first. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. I'm going to be cutting out the side now. I kind of want to put some heat on here because this is like poking out oddly far. This doesn't look like it's right. It might be right actually. Either way, I'm going to put some heat on it. Get to form a little bit nicer because it seems to have warped while just sitting in the garage. So I just cut out our hole here. The rest of this is alright. I'll probably shave it down, just looks like surface. And then, yeah, so basically what we want to do is we want to create a panel here that's going to come and meet here and tuck. So I'm going to make something that's going to weld here, here, and then it's going to reach and it's going to tuck around all the way around here. This wide body kit isn't too wide, so it won't have to be sticking out too far, but that is the plan. So now we got here, and we have no more metal showing anywhere. Previously, I just folded it, but I saw on Throttle that they did it this way, so I want to copy that. I think it looks pretty good, honestly. I like the way that it works, and honestly, I used to get gravel in this when I was driving through to Adri's house out in the country. So I think this will probably protect it. I don't know how often I'll go there. This will definitely do a better job keeping gravel out from underneath and on the inside. But yeah, and we're looking pretty good. I think it looks better than what it originally did when I had it on the other car, gray. I like it quite a bit actually. And it just like fits, looks good. It'd be nice if this was still black, but either way. Got our wide body kit all on. Probably get my wheels later. Honestly, I'll probably just bring it back to Adri's place, crush it out there. We're gonna keep working with this. I'm gonna make another sheet like that, and then we'll rust coat it all. And then from there, after it dries, we'll do a couple coats. We'll then weld it on, and then we'll redo the wheel wells. We'll sand everything down, rust paint it, and then we'll coat it with some rocker guard. But yeah, after I finish this, I'll probably start, well, after I finish this, it'll be the end of this video. I just got this made. This is our cutout. It's gonna go in on this side, and then it's gonna wrap around over to here. I've got this little angle here so that it captures in the corner like this. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this out now, and then I'm gonna coat these. And I'll wait a little while, and then we'll get to welding them in. Shouldn't take too long. Feeling pretty confident with my welds, but yeah. Anyway, this is where we're at. I'm gonna lay it down. We got a big sheet of metal here. Throw it on here, and then cut it out. So here we go, all traced out. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out now. We've got this bad boy welded in. You kind of see the smoke coming from it still. It's quite hot, but yeah, the side's on, nice and solid. The same has been done for this side. This side I folded it down a little bit already to form to the shape of the wheel well. But yeah, the next portion is I left like kind of a huge gap. Not huge, but basically I need to fill it. So my idea was I was gonna put this in here, weld the top, and then just hammer this thing down from here, and then weld it back here, seal it, and it'll be done. Because like could make a piece specific, but that kind of seems a little excessive for this. So this is where we're at, and then we gotta do the same on both sides. The other side was a little bit closer. I originally cut these pieces for the wheel well arches without the intention of actually extending it like this, but then I ended up doing it, so I saw a video on throttle once again with this idea. But yeah, so this is where we're at right now. Once I get all that done, I will throw the body kit back on fully, and then yeah, we'll see how it looks. Got some welding helmet hair, but this is where we are at. So we're all welded in on both sides here. So once I put this on, it'll sit, stick out, and connect to our thing. I'm gonna coat these welds here, but I am very satisfied with how this looks. We are essentially done welding. I just have one more side to do, and then yeah, I mean on like this is all done all along here, and then on this side we are working on filling this gap. I just got to weld up top here, and then I'll fold this down, weld to the bottom here, go the way around. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'll probably have to modify the ends of it just so that I can make it fit against the actually fit to the panel, the wide body kit. But this is how we're looking, and this is probably how we'll look on the other side. So yeah, once I get it done, show you guys and see how it goes. Now the second side is done. This one only took me a couple hours to do everything here, but we're officially all chilling. So yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the video off here. I'm gonna go ahead, I have some stuff to clean up. I gotta check these welds for gaps. I'll probably see all this, but yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the video here. It's been a long process, but thanks for sticking with it and following along, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
This time I know that I'm coming close.